Gentlemen, on behalf of the organizers, Multi-GNSS Asia, going Geoinformatics and Space Technology Development Agency of JISTA Thailand, International Corporation National Space Policy Secretariat, Cabinet Office, Government of Japan, and Ma Fa Luang University, we would like to extend our warm welcome to our guests of honor to the 14th Multi-GNSS Asia Annual Conference 2024. 皆様、おはようございます。本日は第14回マルチ GNSS アジア年次会議にお越しいただきありがとうございます。私の名前はティラヌッカムクンムン、会議の MC です。Hello, my name is Tiranut Kamkunmuang.
And my name is Rubishka Shrestha, and we are very pleased to be your MC for the opening ceremony of this prestigious event, the 14th Multi-GNSS Asia Annual Conference, happening from 30th of January 2024 till 4th of February 2024 at Ma Fa Luang University, Chiang Rai, Thailand. And we believe in encouraging and enhancing the resilience of the Great Mekong Subregion. Having said that, now let's move on with our very first event and welcome the president of our university, Ma Fa Luang, Assistant Professor Dr. Machima Naradison, to give the welcoming remarks. Please welcome on the stage.
Dr. Pakorn Apapan, Executive Director of Geoinformatics and Space Technologies Development Agency. Mr. Asushi Watanabe, Director General International Corporations and SPS Cabinet Office. Ms. Sienna Bonapaces, Director ICT and Disaster Risk Reductions Divisions UNESCAP, representative from the embassies of Japan in Thailand, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and Sawadee Chao. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome as a co-host of the 14th Multi-GNSS Asia's annual conference, scheduled from January the 30th to February the 2nd, 2024 at Ma Fa Luang University in Chiang Rai, Thailand. It is both an honor and a pleasure to have you with us. As we witness the continual expansions of space explorations, it is crucial to acknowledge the world's rich heritage in science and technologies, particularly in the field of space. The advancements of academic research, the involvement of the younger generations in institutes, and the emergence of pioneer innovative creations are key factors driving our process. While the space may appear distant, it has seamlessly integrated into our daily lives, steering modern communications and enabling us to reach the unreachables. Satellite technologies plays a vital role empowering children in the remotest villages with quality education through long-distance learning. It aids in everyday activities like navigating through traffic, discovering the most efficient routes, and effectively managing various aspects of life. Unfortunately, there remains limited awareness, particularly regarding the Global Navigation Satellite System, or GNSS, which constitutes the primary focus of our conference today. Education institutions, whether universities or schools, must play an active role in elevating on space capabilities. At Ma Fa Luang University, We are actively collaborating on space-related projects alongside GISTA and various international institutes. In 2022, under Newton's Fund, we successfully developed an AI application capable of detecting burn scar from the forest fires in Thailand using satellite data. Currently, in 2024, through funding from the UK government, we are expanding the applications to cover all ASEAN countries. These initiatives aim to strengthen Thailand's international partnership across all facets of space technologies and pave the way for advanced space industry in countries' futures. The formations of the Multi-GNSS Asia's committee includes representatives from diverse sectors, ranging from companies, industries, providers, and to academic institutes. It is imperative to persist in broadening and establishing comprehensive global networks that spans across all industry in Thailand, neighboring regions, Asia, and beyond. I extend my best wishes for the success of the Multi-GNSS Asia's Conference 2024, and I do hope each of you has spent time in Chiang Rai, Thailand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Assistant Professor Dr. Mashimana Radisan, the President of Ma Fa Luang University, for giving the welcoming speech. On this occasion, I would like to invite Mr. Atsushi Watanabe, the Director General for International Cooperation, National Space Policy Secretariat, Cabinet Office, Government of Japan, to the stage to deliver an opening speech. Please welcome.
Dr. Pakon Apapan, Executive Director of the Informatics and Space Technology Development Agency, Assistant Professor Dr. Machman Naradison, President of Mayfair Luang University, Ms. Tiziana Bonaspace, Director of Information and Communication Technology and Disaster Risk Reduction Division, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific. Dr. Damrongit Nyamnid and Dr. Satoshi Kogure, co-chairs Multi-GNSS Asia MGA, distinguished participants. I'm Atsushi Watanabe, Director General for International Cooperation, National Space Policy Secretariat, Cabinet Office, and Government of Japan. First of all, please let me express my sincere appreciation to Geoinformatics and Space Technology Development Agency, GISDA, ASEAN Research and Training Center for Space Technology and Applications, ASA, and Mayfair Luang University for hosting the 40th Multi-GNSS Asia Annual Conference in Chiang Rai. Also, special thanks to all the staffs for their tireless efforts to realize organization of the conference day. My appreciation goes to global and regional navigation satellite system providers and GNSS augmentation providers, U.S. State Department, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, Director General for Defense Industry and Space in European Commission, Indian Space Research Organization, Korean Aerospace Research Institute, China Satellite Navigation Office, and Roscosmos. And sponsors are supporters and their great contribution to grace this occasion. Uh, as many of you already know, our office operates the Japanese Zen satellite system. Uh, Currently, 4 satellite constellation is being steadily operated. Also, we have been developing new satellite and upgrading ground systems for 7 satellite constellations around 2025. In addition, Madoka PPP, new precise point of positioning which we have been developing as one of the QGSS service for the Asia-Oceania region, has finally started trial service on September 30th, 2022, successfully. Another QGSS service for the Asia-Oceania region, early warning service, which can transit the disaster warning information, is also under development, and plan of demonstration with partners in Asia-Oceania countries in underway. We hope these services could contribute to tracking various issues and challenges. In the MGA conference, the latest GNSS technology development and utilization trends in Asia are shared and discussed, which are feedback to ICG to create a great cycle for the development of GNSS world. Many Japanese companies and organizations will also participate in the MGA conference and introduce their services, applications, technologies, and activities in the Asia-Oceania region utilizing QGSS. Just a moment. どうしたあれ調子があれどうしよう Sorry. One of the participants of this conference, I really interested in the latest update from GNS and RNS providers, recent technology trends such as Luna PNT applications and demonstrations to be presented in this conference. I would like to enjoy them together with you. Finally, many thanks again for all representatives from providers, speakers, staffs, and all of you, those who share the common experience here. I wish this conference could have great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Atsushi Watanabe, the Director General for International Cooperation, National Space Policy Secretariat, Cabinet Office, Government of Japan. Now, we would like to welcome Dr. Pakon Apapant, the Executive Director of JISTA Thailand, for the opening remark as well. On the stage, please. Please welcome.
Assistant Professor Dr. Mashima Nora Dison, President of Macfarlane University. Mr. Asushi Wanatabe, Director General International Cooperation in SPS of Cabinet Office. Mr. Tiziana, Miss Tiziana Bonapace, Director ICT Disaster Risk Reduction Division of UNSCAP. Representative from Embassy of Japan in Thailand, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to welcome you guys from around the world to Thailand. In fact, this is one of the best time in Chiang Rai that you can feel the nice weather this morning. Like I have a chance this morning. I plan to come to go to gym to do some workout, but I changed my mind to run around the hotel. It's very nice. In fact, next time you come to Thailand, I recommend the organizer not to have the too early opening ceremony. Okay, that the guests have some time to work out and run around the hotel. It's more nice. This is the 14th Multi-GNSS Asia annual conference. This is a very important event. In fact, we shouldn't say that this is Asia annual conference because we have more international people around the world for this week to discuss, to exchange ideas about GNSS technologies and to update innovations across the fields. So this is not only Asia, but we just organize in Asia, but we exchange ideas from around the world in these areas. This is a very good opportunity for everyone to explore, knowledge and exchange knowledge to see the needs. I think it's good for people from any part of the world to see local people here, what we need, how technology can be used in this region. I think that's why we have a theme, about the Mekong sub-region. How we can apply technologies to Mekong sub-region. And if we have a chance to exchange the needs from us, I think it will be good. In addition, because of the very trends of low Earth orbit, if we can explore opportunity in low Earth orbit network, if we can do some investment with the local, with this region, this is what we get more than technology exchange. I'd like to recall you from the previous GNSS annual conference on the 13th one last year. I think we accomplished some goals that we set up. Last year we increased the investment from leading company to expedite rapid prototype development from Sony and Pasco. We have signed, we just now have signed MOU with Pasco and Sony to extend their involvement in the sandbox area within we call EEC or Eastern Economic Corridor along the Andaman Coast. Our goal is to create a rapid prototype of low Earth orbit solar system tailored for Thai companies and establish a local supply chain. This collaboration stands out as one of the concrete initiatives that paved the way for this conference. This year, we will navigate through the challenge and opportunity to present of the dynamic world of GNSS. We are at crucial junction where the innovations meet applications and idea translate to real world impact. This is a very important statement. I think more than 80% of this room are technologists, are scientists, are programmers, researchers. I think we all need to see, what I said at the beginning, we have to see the needs, to see the requirement, to see the real world usage. How we can transfer from technologies, from application, from prototype, from sandbox to the real world, to the business. This is what we need to also exchange in this conference. So speaking about our local engagement as well, we like today, one of the reasons why we organized this conference in Chiang Rai, not only because of the nice weather, nice town here, but one more thing is we have a chance to go to see local business, local people. I have an example. Last year, GISDA have a local participant about research. We joined the so-called the Space Technology Laboratory at Vieng Pa Pao College. This is a small school in Chiang Rai. They have young kids. These students have a chance to learn, to see, to explore more technologies about low Earth orbit, about satellite, about navigation system. I feel so good. I feel so glad that I see a happy face from those students. And I wish that this kind of thing also occurs in any part of the world, any part of Chiang Rai or other province in Thailand, and also in the region. So I wish that this week you guys will have a chance to exchange ideas about technologies, like I said, about opportunity for business matching, about opportunity to transfer your technologies, transfer your ideas, your knowledge to local people, and learn more about the requirement. I believe that this is a very good opportunity for you guys from around the world, not only to exchange and join the conference, but also have a chance to explore Chiang Rai, one of the nicest cities in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pakorn Apapan, the Executive Director of GISTA Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great anticipation and excitement that we are introduced a very special guest who will be delivering the opening speech for our conference. Although joining us virtually, his presence and insight are no less significant. I kindly ask all of you to direct your attention to the screen as well as welcome Ms. Tiziana Punapes, the Director of ICT Disaster Risk Reduction Division, to deliver an opening speech. Please welcome.
Thank you very much. Kun Apapan, Executive Director of GISTA, DG Watanabe, NSPS Cabinet Office of Japan, Assistant Professor Machima Norajison, the President of Luang University, professors, young researchers, a very good morning to you all. At the outset, I wish to thank Professor Machima for the warm hospitality and the partnership in organizing this event with us all. Listening to Kun Apapan speaking just before me, I really have to share his views and perspectives on Chiang Rai being one of the most beautiful places in Thailand, a very serene place, and really a place where I think the linkages between the serene environment, the youth, the research knowledge, and the local business initiatives can all be combined into a holistic approach. So thank you so much for hosting this event at the Luang University. I also wish to take the opportunity to congratulate the government of Thailand on the launch of the Tier 2 satellite and the successful completion of in-orbit tests in October last year. I also extend congratulations to the government of Japan for the successful landing of the SLIM spacecraft on the 20th of January. These recent achievements in space science are important steps forward for us in the space applications community as we endeavor to translate applications to support sustainable development. And these achievements are also a source of multi-generational inspiration and cooperation. The government of Japan, through the Multi-GNSS Asia and JAXA, is one of ESCAP's valuable partners. And since we signed an MOU with MGA in 2019, ESCAP has been an active partner in supporting MGA's capacity building and rapid prototype development challenge to help increase youth involvement in the space sector. And so I'm very pleased that as an integral part of this year's MGA conference, a youth forum is being held. And perhaps on a little bit of a lighter note, I would like to share with you all a picture of myself at our senior management group. And as you can see, I am dressed as a firefighter. And the reason for this is that at the last retreat of our senior management group, each director was requested to present the program achievements of 2023. And we were asked to bring along a prop. And so I wore this firefighter's suit, which was developed by TAF to Save a Future team. And it is also an RPD challenge winner. And so I used this occasion, and it was really my deep pleasure and honor to acknowledge and praise the innovation capacity of the 4 young engineers and their mentors who won the prize and who made it possible for me to bring the achievements of the youth to the attention of all the senior managers of ESCAP. So once again, congratulations to the young team. Ladies and gentlemen, for more than 2 decades, ESCAP and GISTA have been collaborating to enable countries, particularly in the neighboring lower Mekong Basin, to harness space-derived data and services for agriculture. The operation of TIOS-2 will undoubtedly expand these efforts, and I'm confident that GISTA's sustainable development orientation will continue to inspire us all in the coming years. ESCAP's Jakarta Ministerial Declaration on Space Applications for Sustainable Development in Asia and the Pacific conveys a strong commitment to increase the involvement of young people and other major stakeholders in the space sector to accelerate the achievement of the SDGs. And so these are just a few highlights of how the ESCAP Secretariat works with our member countries. And I am proud to underline that we have strong collaboration with all our member states, many of which are in attendance today, in particular Cambodia, China, Laos PDR, Indonesia, and the Philippines. So my appreciation to all our members for the partnership and their contributions. Colleagues, innovation powered by space science and technology and its applications carry great potential to accelerate the region's progress towards the 2050 agenda. ESCAP is keen to expand our partnership with you further to bring GNSS applications to our members across a wide range of sectors, from hazard mapping, to precision agriculture, to intelligent transport systems, to mention but just a few. And as home to several technology leaders and pioneers of digitally driven innovations, Asia is in a strong position, and I quote our UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres here, in a strong position to rescue the current SDGs and fight for the better future every person deserves. I wish you success in your deliberations during this conference under the leadership of the MGA and GISTA. And I would like to thank you for the continued support to the Secretariat in promoting regional cooperation on space applications. We remain committed to strengthening our partnership in the coming years, and I really express the hope that even though today I couldn't join you personally because of other commitments in Bangkok, I do hope to have the opportunity to visit the Luang University in a very near future. I wish you all full deliberations and an enriching experience over the next few days. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tijiana Bonapes, the Director of ICT and Disaster Risk Reduction Division, UNESCAP, for your opening speech, despite being virtual.
And on this occasion, I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Mashimana Radisan, the President of Luang University, Mr. Asushi Watanabe, the Director General for International Cooperation, National Space Policy, Secretariat, Cabinet Office, Government of Japan.
Similarly, for group photograph, may I also invite Dr. Pakon Apapan, Executive Director of GISTA Thailand, on the stage, please. Similarly, to remember, as we had recently viewed the speech of Ms. Tijiana Bonapes, I believe she won't be here for the photograph, but thank you so much for your presence, Ms. Tijiana Bonapes, ma'am. Similarly, for the group photograph, may I request the presence of Mr. Satoshi Kogure, the MGA co-chair, on the stage, please. Similarly, may we have the presence of Dr. Damrongit Niamwat, the Deputy Executive Director of GISTA Thailand, on the stage, please.
As well as Assistant Professor Dr. Chiravisit Lauhapensang, the Dean of School of Information Technology, Luang University, to the stage for our group pictures. Please welcome.
Thank you so much, respected President and our esteemed distinguished guests, for your presence. Thank you.
Now we would like to share some more information about our conference. So what is Multi-GNSS?
So Multi-GNSS Asia is an event that focuses on the development and advancement of multiple global navigation satellite system, hence GNSS, technologies in the Asian region.
We aim to bring together experts, professionals and the enthusiasts from various industries to discuss the latest trends, innovation, and applications related to GNSS technologies.
This event provides a platform for networking, knowledge sharing, and collaboration among industry leaders, researchers, and policymakers.
And by attending this conference, participants can gain valuable insights into the future of GNSS technologies and their impact on various sectors, such as transportation, agriculture, telecommunications, and more.
Having said that, we are now ready to begin with our special panel discussion, and we believe that this is the most interesting part of the 14th Annual GNSS Asia Conference. So to begin with our special session, which is Enhancing Resilience in the Greater Mekong Sub-region.
So not to let you wait further, please welcome the moderator of our special session, Dr. Damrongrit Niammuot, the Deputy Executive Director of GISTA Thailand. As well as Mr. Yan Pana, the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries of Cambodia. Please welcome.
Similarly, let's welcome Ms. Vingvilai Thong Manila from the Ministry of Technology and Communication, Laos, on the stage. Please welcome. Similarly, let's welcome our another panelist for the special session, Dr. Lee Huy Min from Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology, Vietnam, to the stage, please. Please welcome. Now, may I request our moderator for the special session of Enhancing the Resilience of Greater Mekong Sub-region, Dr. Damrongrit Niammuot, the Deputy Executive Director of GISTA, to please take over the stage and start with the panel discussion.
Okay. Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you all here in this session. As our MC just mentioned, is about Greater Mekong region. It is the theme of the MGA this year also. So I have on the stage with me the representing Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. So this is very important moment that we gonna discuss about the resilience using the space technology and also your experience in this very specific region. I can say that for Mekong, it's the river of friendship between our countries. Thailand, for example, so we use the space technology for agriculture, water management, and especially for the GNSS, we use it for the economic development, local-based service. And I hope that in the near future, our region gonna be more and more active using the space technology and also a GNSS. I can see the progress of our region, cooperation, and also during my speech of the speech of my executive director, he mentioned the last MGA in Chiang Mai, and we see the progress of Thailand. And I think today we would like to hear more about from our friends. And before we make some kind of very interactive, very interesting discussion, I would like you to introduce your activities and also your organization, especially for the space technology. Maybe we can start with Cambodia. Can you introduce yourself and your organization and also the activity for space in Cambodia, please?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Distinguished, thank you. About the Cambodia, yes, my name Pana Yan from Cambodia. We work in the Ministry of Agriculture, and our department is the Department and Planning and Statistics. So it's related to the space technology in Cambodia. Now we engage in this because we have to manage or improve for the monitoring of the agriculture production, food security, or with sustainable. So we want to use this technology to increase this, to support for the monitor of the agriculture production for the risk of the flooding or droughts, something like that. Yes, thank you.
Next with Laos, please.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Vieng Vilai Thong Manila, Director of Satellite Image Information Technology in Laos. This is depend on the Department of Technology and Innovation, Ministry of Technology and Communication in Laos. In the past year, our organization is, we have a Ministry of Science and Technology, and all about the science research area and technology is belong on this ministry. But now we have improved our structure, and we send all about technology is belong on the Ministry of Communication, and the science area is belong on the Ministry of Education and Sport. In the past, we have make a policy about the technology, and we do a survey of technology in Lao PDR, and we take like technology as assessment, like need assessment in Lao PDR. And we have many cooperation with satellite space information in many countries. So we separate the zone of high technology in Laos, and now the space technology is in the list of the new innovation. So that's why this area is belong to us.
Thank you. So we can go next with
Hello. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Vinh. I'm from Navis Research Center in Hanoi, Vietnam. So we are focusing on global navigation satellite system, particularly. Mostly our activities are training and education, doing research and technology transfer. We also raising awareness about the GNSS technology, particularly and space technology generally, throughout our domestic and regional workshops. And also we are doing support for the public bodies in Vietnam. Yeah.
I can see the variety of your experience from agriculture, ICT, and also academic side. May I ask about, like for challenges in our region, especially for a disaster, for example. So I asked about this because, for example, like Thailand, during this drying period, we have some issue about air pollution, PM 2.5, and it's become more and more challenge to Thailand. Maybe 10 years ago, we talked a lot about flooding in Thailand. And now I think we're trying to manage using our best effort. And also space technology is one of the tools that we're trying to manage the water. And now we faced PM 2.5 in Thailand, and we used space technology in government sector. Like we have some kind of the satellite images for the government body to use the information. And also GISDA, we provide some kind of application for the people to use the knowledge of space, so that when they travel around, they see the air pollution, or I mean the indicators. So I would like to learn more how you use space technology in Vietnam, in Laos, and in Cambodia. But I think like we're talking about space technology, but I think we are talking about issue. Do you have any specific issue that you think that is quite challenge in your country? And have you used any space technology to tackle that kind of issue? Maybe we start with Vietnam. Yes.
Thank you. So for Vietnam, I think I should mention about a kind of typical problems of Vietnam that Thailand, Laos, Cambodia may not, I'm not sure, but may not face.
Interesting.
Because we are at the end of the river.
Yes.
So one big problem is that the salinity. Because the salty water from the ocean go into the land through the rivers. And recently, because of drought and also because of some hydro plants upstream, so there's little water go down, and the salinity is obviously a big problem. And recently, the government, also the research communities, has very successfully applied the remote sensing using a satellite image to monitor, to predict, and to plan proper agricultural strategies. A typical example can be the strategies of using rice and growing rice and shrimp. I mean, in turns, depends on the salinity. So for Vietnam, I think the government has very well recognized the applications of the remote sensing using a satellite image. So I think you already know that we have two Earth observation satellites, VNRSat 1 and 2. And the next one with the radar image will be launched, I think, early next year. And another one will be in plan for the next 5 years. Already in the strategy for space development in the period of 21 to 30. So that's general pictures of the application and the strategies for Vietnam. Thank you.
Yeah, I think this is very important information. I think because we may share the same experience also in Thailand, because of the, like the sea water is rising and intrude into the land. And I think like you mentioned very specific point about the shrimp farm and also the rice farm. I think like we can share experience about this, very, very interesting. So can you share more about the Laos?
Okay, for our country, we also facing about this silent also, because especially is the aside of the drop of agriculture product in every year. We have a decrease the agriculture product also, and I think we face the same problem is the forest fire and flood and drought also, and in last 2 months, we have discussed with the GISDA team to we mentioned about the PM 2.5 also, because we have same problem with the forest fire in near the border between Laos and Thai, and we have promote about like application Life D from GISDA also, and we're gonna have a project together.
I think this is a very interesting moment between the government agencies, and I can see that we can extend our cooperation. For example, we are here in the Mae Fah Luang universities. I think like we can extend more the cooperation with the university and researcher together. I think that we have the very good starting point. Well, Cambodia have any specific issue?
Yes, I think it's quite similar to Laos and Vietnam, because we are in the lowland for the Mekong River. Especially for Cambodia, we have the lakes. We have Tonle Sap Lake, so it's a lowland, and the water, when the flooding get from the Mekong River, so they float in the lakes. So sometimes it's spent, and then the farmer that produce for crop is around the Tonle Sap Lake. So that's why it have effective for the flooding. For this mention, I think Cambodia must be use the space technology to monitoring, because space technology, it can be landscape and monitoring for the alerting, or we can alert to the farmer to adapt with the flooding or climate change, and the farmer should be know the crop variety for crop for planted around the Tonle Sap Lake. That's why in Cambodia we just cooperate with the other country for the space technology, just pilot. So we know survey on this. So that's why we can manage, and we can intervention. So we know the data of the flooding. So they have to announce to the farmer first. So in Cambodia especially, sometimes drought in wet season. In wet season they have drought. But after 1 month later, the flooding get in the Mekong River, they have the flooding immediately. Yeah. But normally in Cambodia they have three variety. You can produce the floating rice. When the water get in, the rice can get high more.
Yes.
Yeah. For
they are more
for
resilient.
the resolution of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. So I think like it's very interesting information also. And speaking about Mekong, so we share the same resources. I think from China, from Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and go down to Vietnam. So with the share of that resource, Laos just mentioned that we also share experience, Thailand and Laos. Do you see any potential issue or something else that we have? Something else that we could share, like the knowledge sharing, capacity building? Do you see any potential that we can share more? We can start from Laos. Yeah, for the Mekong, yes. or for anything. I think like because we have the same, almost the same issue in Mekong, right? And now we share like the PM2.5 applications. Do you think something more that we can share?
I think between Lao and Thai, or not between Lao and Thai, between our country, we have many like issue and information together. And for the Mekong River and another river in Laos and in Thai, we have some application that we have a cooperate with Thailand organization also. This is we call HII, a Hydro Information Institute like this.
Water management.
Yes, water management. They are support us for the equipment for monitor the level of the level of the water, so we can see the how the flood and the dust in every year also.
And Vince, do you have anything else that we can cooperate more?
The answer is absolutely yes. Sure. About sharing the knowledge or raising the awareness, it actually has been one of our activities. Previously, we have organized, I think, up to 10 workshops around the Asian country, in Thailand, Indonesia, Laos, Cambodia, and also in Myanmar. And we are continuing to do that. I think regarding the Mekong Delta River, I think we also have a commission, the Mekong Delta Commission. And as I know, the Vietnam National Space Center has already signed the MOU to share the data of the satellite image with the Mekong Delta Commission. So I think not about only the knowledge or the awareness, I think also the data, exchanging the data or exchanging the research is also possible.
I think you get the very good point.
Yeah.
And Vietnam gonna have more and more satellite data, and we can share with Thailand. We just launched the new satellite, so I think like we can share the data for our region. I think like one country cannot survive alone. Like during because we share the same resource, the Mekong, and we need to cooperate. Yeah. So for case of Cambodia, you have any recommendation that we can cooperate more?
Just for Cambodia now, for our ministry, we still not yet used full research about the technology like the satellite. We just cooperate with the other country. Yeah. So that just is a pilot or it's not long term. So for this, Cambodia want to improve or research connecting with the other country to share the information or to share the experience to capacity building with the space technology or other with the data management like that. Yeah. Especially we want to focus 1 or 2 months after we have the flooding. Yeah, that have why it has a problem, or we can manage or we can alert to the farmer first for the integration of the management in our country. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think like we talk about very much about the disaster resilience, and I think I can see the possibility of our sub-region, I can say of ASEAN. So we are here in the Multi-GNSS Asia, and ASEAN is one of the major countries working together for the benefit of our region. And I think I have a couple of minutes for our the guests on the floor that that they would like to ask some kind of questions. Any questions on the floor? You know, it's very important moment that we have Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia and Thailand on the stage. And in the next session, it's going to be more with Asia on the stage with our co-chair, Mr. Dr. Kakure. But I think like this is we can say that we are representative of the sub-region. And if you have any questions. Oh, please.
Thank you. I'm Lin from Indonesia. Thank you very much for the sharing of 3 countries. We have Barito River in Kalimantan Island in Indonesia, and we are facing the problem of the extreme current of the river during the rainy season, and the river sometimes dry drastically during the dry season. But during the rainy season, the very high current really make trouble to the communities, such as accidents for the ships as the main transportations for the communities, as well as for the commercial ships. The industries, like the companies that work on the mining, really have problem with this because they couldn't transport the mining materials from the island to the sea to transport to other countries or other islands. Currently, we don't really have certain technology to overcome this issue. Of course, we from the university trying to do the research on how to integrate the technology to detect the current of the river, as well as the drastically change of the contour of the river, because sometimes it changes very fast due to the climate, rain, and etc. Do you have this experience that we can learn from as the tropical regions?
I think like the Cambodia just mentioned about flooding and also drought at almost the same time, right? Any experience sharing from Vietnam and Laos?
I think the complete solution is not yet. Surely, because it still happens in Vietnam, but not for the Mekong Delta region, but for the northern part of Vietnam, the mountainous area. And so far, we have research in using the GNSS technology together with the IoT technology to monitor some very sensitive area only, and to raise warning in advance. And also we utilize remote sensing to monitor the status of forests. And not to, as I said, that not the final solution, but just only a solution to reduce the risk. And that's for my experience in this.
Yeah. I think I would like to add Vietnam in case of Thailand. I think in case of Thailand, the water management is the big issue. And what we have to do is we manage in many levels, and in national level and also like technology level. The problem is, I'm speaking about national level because you can see that it's not only technology that can manage the water. It's about working together between government and also local body. So if you cannot work together, even you have very high technology, it cannot be useful. In case of Thailand, we trying to manage, we have like the national body, and engage in that national body, we have engage all the organization, like the technology, and also like local governments, trying to work together. And even that is not sufficient. So we need to invest more in terms of technology. In case of Thailand, we have many institutions trying to work on like Lao just mentioned HAII. They're trying to monitor the water level. This my organization using the satellite images. So I think like to share your experience, I share you Thailand to Indonesia. I think like you need to work together for many organizations, using like their technology in each institution working together. In that case, it's gonna be more effective. And anyway, we cannot avoid, so we have to be more resilient, I can say. And I think like the data is also very important. As we have Vietnam and Thailand, we have our satellite, and also Indonesia. So we have to share more data. And in that case, we can have more tools to be more resilient to that kind of things. This is I think my idea and also Thailand experience. If no further comment from here, from the stage, any comment from please? One question on the floor.
So my name is Sulin Choi. I'm currently a professor at RMIT University in Melbourne in Australia. The question that I have for the panel relates to education, training, and capacity building. So I'm interested to hear the panel's view on what are the current issues, particularly, around education, training, and capacity building that Win, you have touched on a little bit. But more importantly, given that, we have quite an international audience here, how can we help?
They want to help Laos and Cambodia, and then I can, maybe you speak first, and then Vietnam and Thailand maybe later. Then you please speak.
Yes, for the capacity building, especially example is us currently in Cambodia. Now is still limited for the capacity building for the space technology or innovation. So as challenging, we need to more capacity building. It related for this. Yeah, thank you.
And maybe Laos. No further comments. Wins the.
For me, if we talk about the capacity building, it may take a little more time, okay? So anyway, I will give my ideas. Capacity buildings can be at different level, from the government level and to the, university. Related, in the space technology area, Vietnam government has, well aware of the capacity building. Therefore, we have the strategy to until 2030 to train about 300 experts in this area and about 1,000 engineers to implement these strategies. Where the Vietnamese government have been cooperating with Japan, especially in the recent project to launch Lotus-Sat early next year, as I said before. It's not only the contract of developing the satellite, but besides, we have the contract about training our engineers. And those engineers, those experts will continue to involve in the development of Lotus-Sat 2 planned in the next 5 years. And that is from the government point of view. From the university point of view, training and education is obviously my purpose. It's the reason why I'm here. I'm trying to find collaborations to extend the training and education activities for my students and also for my staff also. It would be very, very nice here if I can see the opportunities for exchange staff, exchange student, or short course like summer or winter or autumn school. It would be very nice. Yeah.
So I would like to add Cambodia, that's not only the capacity building in general one. I think like when we talk about Mekong, Greater Mekong sub-region, it's not only like countries, it's the international environment. And when we speak about international globally, we're speaking about CO2 emission, for example, deforestation. So there are many things in this region connected to the global issue. I think like we have to start from that kind of global issue and region issue, and we can work together in terms of research and capacity building. My idea is instead of putting off general capacity building, we have to have some kind of specific issue. And within the region, like we talk a lot about flood, PM 2.5. Actually, the air pollution is not only in Thailand. So this kind of regional and connected to global issue is something that we can pin out, and we can work together. And this kind of specific project, the capacity building is part of it. This is my idea. Okay. So I think it's time on the stage, and thank you all the panelists, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, and also myself, Thailand, as the representative of Greater Mekong sub-region. Thank you very much. I would like to hand the stage to our MC. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was our special session on enhancing resilience in the Greater Mekong sub-region. So I would like to extend our grateful thank you to Dr. Damongrit Niamwa, the Deputy Executive Director of GISTA, our moderator for the special session, for taking over the panel and sharing very insightful thoughts with us and our esteemed guests.
As well as Mr. Yan Pana from the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries of Cambodia, Ms. Vieng Vilai Thong Manila from the Ministry of Technology and Communications, Laos, and Dr. Lee Huy Min from Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology, Vietnam. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this special session. Following the engaging session with our esteemed special guests and panelists, it's time for a brief intermission. It's time to take this opportunity to stretch your legs and even take a refreshment, grab a drink, and engage in some networking with their fellow and esteemed attendees.
We will reconvene promptly in around 15 minutes at 10:40. So we kindly remind your esteemed participants to return to your seat by 10:40. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to continue our conference with you shortly. Thank you. Dear guests of honor, I hope you feel refreshed after the break, and please get ready for the upcoming session because I strongly believe that this session will also be one of the best sessions of today. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our special session, Asia Dynamic in Space.
All right, so if you are all ready and already refreshed with our short break, let's welcome our moderator for another special session, who is Mr. Satoshi Kogure, the MGA co-chair. Please welcome on the stage, please. With that, I would also like to welcome the Executive Director of GISTA Thailand, Dr. Damongrit Niamwat, on the stage one more time. Similarly, joining our panelists is the ASEAN Secretariat, Dr. Zurina Mukta. Please welcome, ma'am.
Hello, hi, good morning. I'm joining online.
Okay, similarly, joining our panelists for our special session is Dr. Ernasri Adininsing, Indonesian Space Agency. Please welcome.
As well as Mr. Asushi Watanabe, the Director General for International Cooperation, National Space Policy Secretariat, Cabinet Office, Government of Japan. Please welcome again. Followed by Mr. Ariel C. Blanco from the Philippines Space Agency. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Victor Koo from the Singapore Land and Authority. Please welcome.
So now, may I request our moderator, Mr. Satoshi Kogure, the MGA co-chair, to take over the panel and start the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, MC. So this is my great pleasure to be here and invite distinguished guests from ASEAN countries, space agency, ministries. So today, I would like to request you each brief introduction. So who are you and which agency is doing in space field? So first of all, okay, left-hand side, please.
Good morning, distinguished participants. Thank you, Satoshi-san, for the floor. My name is Victor Koo. I'm the Director for the Survey and Geomatics Division, Singapore Land Authority. My division manages the course network, the infrastructure for the precise GNSS in Singapore. And we work very closely with the Singapore Space Agency on the promotion of the GNSS applications in terms of bringing benefits to the government as well as to the general public in Singapore. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Next, Dr. Ariel.
My name is Ariel Blanco. Good morning, everyone. So I'm currently the director of the Space Information Infrastructure Bureau. Our Bureau of the Philippine Space Agency deals with the downstream applications and the management of our ground station, as well as the development of various systems and tools that can be utilized by different stakeholders, such as local government units and national government agencies. And we also conduct capacity building efforts, as well as networking of different institutions to downstream and mobilize space data for various applications. Thank you.
Dr. Ariel, so are you presenting some slides?
No? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. So we prepared a few slides just to introduce our agency, as well as the things that we do, which will benefit not only the Philippines, but also the rest of the region, possibly. As mentioned, my name is Aresi Blanco from the Philippine Space Agency. So this will be just a quick run through of the slides that we prepared to explain briefly the development and utilization of space science and technology in the Philippines. Next slide. Thank you. Okay. So our space agency is quite young, so we will be celebrating our 5th anniversary this year. And our agency was established through the Republic Act 11363, signed on August 8, 2019. And we are working on the following 6 key development areas. In particular, my bureau is working on, or focusing on, the hazard management and climate studies. Of course, we do contribute to space research and development, as well as space education and awareness. So this shows the satellite development that is for the Philippines. Currently, we are developing the MULA, or the Multispectral Unit for Land Assessment. So we sent, I think, more than 13 or 15 engineers and scientists to the UK to develop this satellite, which is aimed for operational applications, operational monitoring, particularly of agricultural uses. No? And later on, we plan to build in the country those satellites, no, similar to the payload, similar to the bus of the MULA satellite. And we will continue to work on, say, launching or developing satellites such as Duwata 1 or the Duwata 3, as well as microsatellites. And I think we will be also participating in the Faraday. No? And we have this presidential directive which mandates us, or further gives us the impetus to work on various things, particularly maximizing partnership with different countries and agencies, and to downstream applications. So in terms of, say, maximizing our cooperations, we have a lot of cooperation with different countries, including Japan, of course, JAXA and GISDA, and of course with the US for the scholarships with the Fulbright Philippines, and for the other countries, including CONAE, or Argentina, and UAE. On the downstream application, we are developing some ways in order to strengthen the development or the utilization of space science and technology, particularly the images and satellite data products. Mobilization-wise, we distribute a lot of images and maps. So far, you have 10,000 plus images or maps distributed to various applications for security, for monitoring ships, and so on, for hazard assessment and DRRM, including the responses in the oil spill, for which we are thankful to other government agencies and space agencies for providing us imagery to monitor this oil spill, which happened early this year. We're also working with various agencies to network with them and ensure the utilization of these data products now. And currently, within the Philippines, there's a lot of engagement going on with other agencies, particularly in monitoring agriculture, monitoring of the crops, and in relation to inflation and the increase in the prices, as well as monitoring the various environmental sector. And this project or program is ongoing, the Copernicus, or the Copernicus Capacity Support Action Program for the Philippines. So this will establish a Copernicus mirror site in the Philippines. It will be managed by the Philippine Space Agency, and eventually it will serve images from Copernicus satellites, not only for the Philippines but for the ASEAN nations as well. And in terms of GNSS, the main agency looking after GNSS is the NAMRIA, or our National Mapping Agency. But there are also other agencies such as PHIVOX, or the Philippines Institute of Volcanology and DPWH operating their own course network. In terms of GNSS, these are simple applications, or some of the applications, including vertical or ground motion display system monitoring, the application of various RTK or low-cost sensors for navigation or for doing also water monitoring and so on. So that's it. So, and then we invite you to apply or to participate in this workshop. This will be organized by the UN Office of the Outer Space Affairs and the National Mapping Agency. And this is also co-sponsored by the Philippine Space Agency and the International Committee on Global Navigation Satellite System, happening in 22 to 26 of April. The application is ongoing. I think the deadline is until February 2024. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ariel. So very comprehensive and easy understanding, so the figure of whole activity in the Philippines. Thank you very much. So I'd like to invite next speakers. So Watanabe-san, so please,
My name is Atsu Watanabe, Director General for International Cooperation, NSPC Cabinet Office, Government of Japan. Can I presentation? Okay. Let me start my presentation by introducing our space policy and programs. The slide shows the structure of Japanese government regarding space policy and various space programs. There are several ministries control space and JAXA as implementing agency. 6 ministries are owner of satellite and remains are users of space data. NSPS is the Secretariat of Strategic Headquarters of Space Policy that is chaired by Prime Minister and constituted by all ministries. Japan's space policy is decided by Strategic Headquarters for Space Policy, chaired by the Prime Minister and vice-chaired by the Chief Cabinet Secretary and the Minister of State for Space Policy. The Strategic Headquarters for Space Policy is promoting space policy in concrete terms by formulating and revising the basic plan for space policy and its implementation plan. Japanese government revised its basic plan for space policy in last June. It was 5th revision and it takes 3 years since last one. In response to rapid change and progress of space activities and space application in the world, the new basic plan for space policy has 4 major updates. First, space security with space security strategic implementation plan. Second, major update satellite program and application for national resilience, global scale issues and innovation. Third, space science and exploration covering lunar and deep space exploration. And fourth, launching vehicle development of national and private companies program and capacity building and international cooperation. Next, the Zenith Satellite System, QGSS. QGSS is the regional GNSS and currently 4 satellite system. At least 1 satellite is always near the zenith above Japan in conjunction with GPS and other GNSS. QGSS provides GPS compatible signal in Asia-Pacific region. In last September, MADCAP PPP, Multi-GNSS Advanced Orbit and Clock Augmentation, the high accuracy positioning service, and began its trial service in Asia-Pacific region. Madoka PPP feasibility demonstration is being conducted in Australia, Indonesia, Thailand, as well as on emergency warning service in Fiji, Indonesia, and Thailand. QGSS satellite system will expand to 7 satellites in early coming years. Moreover, Japan have started conceptual study of 11 QGS satellite system for more robust operation. How is the utilization of QGSS? As of December 2022, approximately 3,090 products are compatible with QGSS. They are gradually expanding. Here are examples. Autonomous driving and drone using domestic centimeter level augmentation service. V for real-time ocean monitoring. Wearable terminals display early warning message that receivers and chipset prices have come down as the number of applications has increased. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Watanabe-san. And next, I'd like to invite Soda Erna-san from Indonesia. Soda Inasa.
Thank you, position as the moderator. Good morning, everyone. My name is Erna Sradiningsih. I'm now as the Executive Director of the Indonesian Space Agency (INASA) under the National Research and Innovation Agencies of BRIN. And our main task is in engaging with international organizations, forum, and multilateral cooperations in space activities representing BRIN and Indonesia. And currently, BRIN is basically quite a huge organization with the mandate to conduct the space activities at the national levels. So this is one of our task is to engage with the Multi-GNSS Asia. And since 2021, so we conduct these activities to continue what we have already done in the past, conducted by the former Space Agency LAPAN. So in this regard, I think Indonesia has the legal basis of the space activities, which is the National Space Law or Space Act, enacted in 2013, so quite long, more than 10 years ago. And for the missions of our national space programs, already established for the period until 2040, and with the missions is how to strengthen the research and development in space science and applications, and how the remote sensing activities and services could be also strengthened, and the research development engineering in aeronautics and space technology and applications towards an enhanced national capacity could be also strengthened. And it is also important to create the space launching technology to the development of spaceport in Indonesia. And last but not least is we realized the important role of the private sector, so that we also promote the commercial space activities by involving industries. So these 5 pillars of this space program of Indonesia is basically the basis of our activities in all related issues, including the policies and so forth. And what we have to achieve as the main targets, not only in the area of the space science, space policy and technology and applications, but also the services. I put the highlight related to the MGAs, the navigation satellite constellations, and also the operation of satellite constellation for Earth observations and data communication. So, and starting from this year, I think under BRIN we have the program to start with this constellation to continue what we have already successful in the past with the experimental satellite, namely Lapan A1, A2, A3, and this year, hopefully we would launch the fourth satellite to orbit as for the Earth observation missions. Not only for the Earth observation missions, which has already conducted for quite long, but also for the navigations and communication satellites as well. So basically what we have already in our master plan in the space activities is to fulfill the national needs in the area of with the mission of the Earth observation of remote sensing. Of course, there are so many needs, for example, the mapping, spatial planning, environment, meteorology, and disaster, and so forth. And also for the telecommunication, I think since 1970s, we, with the support from the government, the private companies, I think one of the big private companies in the regions launched Palapa 1 telecommunication satellite, and with the successor until today, the Satria satellite and so forth. And it's not only how to fulfill the national, but also the regional. And for the navigation, of course, what we call is the positioning and timing is also important for the autonomous vehicle development, as well as for the geospatial and mapping applications. And for the Earth observation satellite applications, I think the most important target or objective is to support the sustainable development achievement, also is SDGs and various targets, and not only for the nature resources inventory, but also environment disasters and many other strategic activities as well. And we also try to put what we call is a platform to provide services for the national needs based on the use of the Earth observation satellites that we have, and also other international satellite. Oh, okay. Okay. And in particular, with our collaboration with the Cabinet Office of Japan, BRIN has the cooperations, and these are among of the activities nowadays, and the proposed activities in the future. For example, for the autonomous vehicles navigations, also the UAV guidance systems, as well as for the tsunami detection, for disaster mitigations, and also how to support the flight navigation systems, as well as how to develop for example, the ice transponder and so many things. This is in particular conducted under the Research Center for the Electronics of BRIN. So this is among of so many areas of collaborations in technical areas. And for the application of the GNSS for mapping and environmental change and among of those are how we try to apply for the subsidence measurements in Java Islands, for example. So this is also a good example, and I think this is also important for us to address the real problems at the grounds. And also, for example, the development of the GNSS reflectometry sensor with quite a cheap cost. I think it is also with the aim for the monitoring of the sea level. And with our current space program, what we call is Nusantara Satellite Constellation, with the main focus on Earth observation satellite, but also we supported by launching or operating 10 communication satellite. I think this is quite a big program, and we will start with the, for example, for the Earth observations, is the high resolution polar orbit satellites, and for the near equatorial orbit satellite, also for the communication. And this is just more additional information, how is the orbital plane characteristics of the constellations. And I think this is also important, is how we also promote to engage with in the international entities to enhance our cooperations in space activities. And we identify some challenges in the Asia region, for example, the growing economy, the increased awareness in space sector, not only for the science technology application, but also as industries. And also this region is a big international market for the space technology and application, including for the navigations, communication, IoT, Earth observation as well. And also the growing GNSS providers in industry and, of course, users. So with the two, for example, two focus on the space applications and GNSS applications, I think is quite a big challenge for us in the ASEAN region to promote the applications. And I think this is a short sharing from us and from Indonesia.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So it is lots of things to do now. So I have a strong interest in your navigation system considerations idea. But so we will talk about that later. So next, I would like to invite Dr. Damrongit, followed by Zurina-san. ASEAN Secretary.
So good morning again to everyone. So for Thailand, we engaged to the space technology and I can say space activity since I think 40 years ago. We received Landsat satellite data since like 40 years ago, the first ground receiving station in ASEAN. And then the government set up what is the name GISTA, Geoinformatics and Space Technology Development Agency in the year 2000. So we are 23 years old now, the agency. And we are looking forward for the new space law about 1 or 2 years from now. I think like GISDA as its name, geoinformatics, so and space technology development. So we start with, as I told you, we start with remote sensing with Landsat. So we do a lot of application downstreams, geoinformatics. And when we have our satellite, TEOS-1, and now we have TEOS-2, so we developed the capability of the space technology. So we have the manufacturing, assembly, integration, and test facilities in our campus, Sriracha. I hope to welcome you one day, and many of you have visited. But however, this is the main activities. But a part of that, we also engage in the policy. So we are the secretariat team of National GIS Committee and also National Space Policy Committee. And with that, GISTA also focus on space economy development of Thailand. And we would like to develop the economic or business utilize space in Thailand. That's why we worked with the Cabinet Office and many company, domestic and also internationally. And we hope that this cooperation will develop our people, our local economic. I think like when we're talking about space economy, it's not only like the business, but capacity building will in part of it. So I think JISDA is very happy to work with the industry and partner here. And GNSS is one of the main target of the space economy. We believe that with GNSS activities, we bring to the digitalization and also the IoT. And I think like we would continue to engage more and more for a GNSS world, I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Damorongit. So now I'd like to invite Zarina-san from the ASEAN Secretariat, remote participation. So please provide us your information.
Sure. Thank you, Satoshi Shang. Zarina, the Head of Science and Technology Division at the ASEAN Secretariat. So our division diligently oversees the activities implemented by COSTI, the ASEAN Committee on Science, Technology, and Innovation, under which we have a specialized subcommittee dedicated to looking into the advancement of space technology and application. It is a pleasure to join this conference again for the second time, although virtually. So I'm eagerly anticipate for discussion. Allow me to share my screen so that we can have a quick look and about the overview of our cooperation in space technology and application. Just give me a moment. I'll share my screen now. Right. So very quickly, in about 5 minutes or so, I will share an insight about the ASEAN dynamic in space, ASEAN future outlook, to cover the activities of all 10 ASEAN member states in the area of space technology and application. So under COSTI, the ASEAN Committee on Science, Technology, Application, we have, as I said earlier, dedicated a subcommittee looking after space technology and application known as SCOSA. In fact, PhilSA, JISDA, INASA, they are part of SCOSA. The current chair is Dr. Tran Thuan Ngoc from Vietnam. So this chairmanship change every 3 years. The main role of SCOSA is to advise COSTI on any matters related to space technology and application, and also to actively promote collaborative regional space technology and application activities, including capacity building and tech transfer, particularly from more advanced countries like Japan. And finally, the role is also to seek funding from within and also outside of ASEAN. Under SCOSA right now, we have one center and also one network, the ARTSA, ASEAN Research and Training Center for Space Technology and Application. I believe some of the participants of this conference are from ARTSA and also ASEAN, Southeast Asia Astronomical Network. Next up, our priority under SCOSA, we try to cover areas that are relevant to all 10 ASEAN member states. Yeah, the first one would be geoinformatics, space technology and application, and another one is satellites. So as what you can see, some of these area of priorities seems to be quite generic because we need to make sure that these area of priorities are relevant to all 10 ASEAN member states. Next. So this would be a quick overview of space technology and application capabilities of 10 ASEAN member states. This was updated, I think, 2 years ago. Some of the numbers may change. As what you can see from the metrics, we have all the list of 10 ASEAN member states. Most of the member states, they have their own dedicated space agency or center or equivalent agency. Countries like Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, they are still proposing to establish such a center, but as of now, it is not established yet. We also have information about the astronauts, satellites, and first communication satellite. Next up, okay, this would be an example of bilateral cooperation between 10 ASEAN member states and other advanced country. Yeah, maybe earlier in the presentation of PhilSA and also JISDA and INASA, they mentioned about this international collaboration bilaterally from one ASEAN member states with another advanced country. These are just to show you the example. But the focus of ASEAN is to really encourage the collaboration at the multilateral level, not just one country, but with many other countries, because we need to cover all 10 ASEAN member states. So essentially, the fundamental principle underlying ASEAN space cooperation really lies in the commitment to addressing the needs of all 10 ASEAN member states and its partners, be it government or private sectors. How do we do this? By effectively tackling the challenges encountered, fostering a sense of shared responsibility and impact. So when we forge cooperation with our partners, we need to really stress on the mutual benefit of that cooperation. Right, very quickly, I'd like to share with all of you the most recent space technology and application cooperation. Most of these cooperation are still ongoing that we forge with our partners. So I would say our key partners for space technology and application are countries like Japan, India, China, and many more. So just quickly, I'll just run through this recent space technology and application cooperation forged at the multilateral level. The first one, ASEAN-China Remote Sensing Satellite Data Sharing Service Platform. Second one, which was led by Indonesia and Vietnam, ENASA and also Space Agency in Vietnam, ASEAN-India Space Cooperation Program, Rice Crop Damage Assessment using EOS, Blue Economy Ocean Monitoring, ASEAN Ground Station Expert Exchange, GEMS and Pandora Utilization for Air Pollution Monitoring. I saw this in the presentation of Pulsar just now. Space Situational Awareness, STA and STM, Space Traffic Management, Space Policy Expert Exchange, Assembly, Integration and Test some AIT facilities, Digital Belt and Road Initiative, and finally the establishment of ASEAN-China Satellite Remote Sensing Application Center. So these are the example of mostly ongoing cooperation that we forge with our partners and being led by the space agencies from ASEAN member states. Right. This would be my final slide on our future outlook. So the flashpoint or the entry point for cooperation with ASEAN in the area of space technology would be SCOSA. So all the cooperation need to be executed under the auspices of SCOSA and its affiliated center and network. So as I mentioned, we need to demonstrate a robust emphasis on addressing the collective needs of ASEAN member states. Of course, when we are talking about 10 ASEAN member states, we are talking about potentially 10 different needs, but we need to make sure this cooperation would be relevant to all 10, centrally oriented towards ensuring mutual benefits for all participating entities, which means to say if we are forging collaboration with Japan, for example, the benefit of that cooperation need to trickle down to all 10 ASEAN member states and also to Japan. That is why sometimes it is quite complicated and complex for us to come up with a project or program relevant to all participating entities. And finally, we need to also place some strategic emphasis on this area of tech transfer, infrastructure development, capacity building, and skill empowerment. So this would be the main nature of collaboration of projects and cooperation being forged through SCOSA for the benefit of ASEAN and also for the benefit of the participating entities. I think I'll stop here for now. I look forward to have more discussion in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Drina-san. So it was really informative presentation. Okay, now I'd like to ask for each panelist. So the first question is, what is your highest priority mission for each country? So this is my first question. So yeah, from Victor.
Thank you for the question. In Singapore, the applications of space technology are quite different from other parts of the ASEAN. You know, Singapore is a very small city-state, highly urbanized, and we are looking at the evidence-based decision-making. So data is important for us for evidence-based decision-making, and space technology provide a lot of data, both from the Earth observation perspective as well as GNSS. So for us, we use this information coupled with ground-based information to make best decision in terms of safety of the city, in terms of sustainability of the city, as well as to promote smart applications. So we are focusing on utilizing the data, every part of it. Sometimes the Earth observation data with a lot of coverage are not very useful, but that's the reason why we really need to be able to integrate with the ground-based data as well to create new models that would help us solve our problems. A few areas that we are looking at in terms of safety, in terms of sustainability, we are looking at coastal protection. In terms of smart cities, we are looking at applications for autonomous vehicles as well as autonomous robots that will help to run the cities. So I'll just stop here.
Thank you, Victor. So yeah, I also see the very importance among the technologies integration, not only data from the space, but also the in-situ observation with using IoT sensing. So yeah, it's quite very important. Okay, Dr. Ariel, please.
So for the Philippines, I would like to tackle this in two aspects, so upstream and downstream. Compared to Indonesia, we only have a few, say, operational satellites. So we have the Diwata 2, and we have also 10% stake in Novasar, which is of course operated by SSTL, I suppose. And we are focusing on the development of the MULA, or the Multi-Spectral Unit for Land Assessment, which is basically will be our operational satellite for monitoring applications, particularly for agricultural sector. No? And of course, we would like to get more satellite images by partnering with different countries. So currently we are in discussion with JAXA to expand the utilization of ALOS in the Philippines and as well as other image providers. No? Currently, in terms of what we have for satellite imagery, we procure a lot of commercial imagery for monitoring our, say, maritime domain, as well as monitoring in different cities and agricultural areas in collaboration with, say, different companies. On the downstream side, what we would like to do is to expand the user base as well as the capability. So we are able to distribute images and data products for, say, mangrove mapping, for monitoring of different habitats, as well as different status and conditions of cities and municipalities. But we are not sure, for example, at the moment, whether these are basically being utilized by, say, local government units. We really need to strengthen the capacity, the absorptive capacity of these agencies and government units to utilize and translate this data and information into decisions and actions. So that's why we are also particularly looking at strengthening the capability as well as the network within these institutions. We've been going around the country promoting our Philippine Space Agency because it's a new agency and practically only a few agencies or local government units know about the Philippine Space Agency. We have to increase this awareness, we have to increase the capacity, and in that way we can also reap the benefits of space science and technology applications. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ariel. So next, Watanabe-san, please.
Thank you. Japan has just updated national space policy as I presented. It clearly states the importance of space development and utilization from many aspects. Economy, growth, national security, science exploration, and so on. CIO has a lot of not only such policy making, but also providing digital PNT capabilities through QGSS development, operation, and service provision. I believe our strong point is comprehensive capability from upstream, like launch vehicle, satellite technology, to downstream, like applications, data utilization. We are promoting this capability so as to contribute to solving common social problems in Asia-Pacific region. Thank you.
Thank you, Watanabe-san. And Elna-san, please.
yeah, as I already mentioned in short presentations, that we put attention on how we will continue our activities in this satellite technology development and operations, but of course with our specific national needs to cover equatorial regions, which is the cloud cover is quite a big problem, so we need to continue with the development of the satellite for the Earth observation satellite, because the existing international satellites is not specifically developed and operated for the equatorial or tropical region. So this is kind of a big challenge for us, and of course, the mission is not for the Earth observations, but also we, in the same time, we started to put attention for the communications and navigation satellite technology and applications. And in the area of the application, I think this is what we have already conducted in the past. We continue to ensure the capacity of the users, the end users of the satellite, for observations, communications, and navigations as well. And I think the most important also is the role of the private entities. So we try to engage, to involve the industries in our space programs. This is also the what we call is it. The engagements of the industry in the space activities, because the future, in our perspective, the future of the space activities is also rely on the capacity of the private entities. Thank you.
Thank you, Elna-san. And next, Dr. Damuningit.
I think like for GISDA, we are gonna have some kind of two-pronged strategies. The first one is we call GI for all. As I think I mentioned in the, also with the representative from Laos in the previous session, we have the application called Life D, life like our life. D in Thailand means the good. So what I'm trying to say is like the first prong strategy is the GI for all. All means our citizens, our people. We have long experience of the working with the government agency and institutional body, but I think it's really challenging to work with our people, to have the service to the people. So not only like Life D, we have the dragonflies for the agriculture. So it's going to be the new challenge for GISDA to work with Thai locals and also the Thai people. And in this digital world, so it's very, very challenging. The second strategy is the new space economy of Thailand. When we speak about new space economy, our meaning is also like we have to work with the private sectors, business. So in the past, the space activities mainly focus on government research. And now our challenge is how can we translate that and work with the business sector. That's why last year we have the Thailand Space Week after the pandemic. So the Thailand Space Week 2023 focused very much on international activities. So most of the station will run in English. We are not like get used to, I can say, but we can gain a lot of intention from the local and also international partners. So I think like in the very near future, we're gonna focus very much not only like activities, but also how can we implement the space asset technology to the local. How can the international company work with the local company? Because not only demonstration, the demonstration is very good at the beginning, but when our people get used to demonstration and there's nothing implement, you know, everything gonna be like takes a lot of time, and we gonna lose the opportunities. So GISDA will step into the environment between private the local and also international company, and trying to make it faster for the benefit of our people. This is the two-pronged strategy of GISDA in Thailand. Yes.
Thank you very much, my co-chair. So, yeah, very impressive story. So the second one, so yeah, GISDA is focusing on not only demonstration but real implementation. So this is a very important, I think. And now I'd like to ask for ASEAN Secretariat, Zrina-san. So Asian country has many common issues like natural disaster and so on. So I'd like to ask you, what is the biggest common issue which you are expecting to be solved by using space technologies? Zrina-san, you might be muted. Are you talking something? Okay. Unfortunately, she's on the miscommunications. Okay, so now I'd like to discuss about the future collaboration. So I saw the many applications, but my expertise on the GNSS technology. So you're talking about LEO constellation, the small satellite constellation, for realizing the regional navigation system. So what do you think such idea? So yeah, let's talk about this from the Victor.
Thank you for the question. What we are looking at in Singapore, because of the highly urbanized and dense city, a lot of applications required precise GNSS applications. We need accuracy down to sub-meter and sometimes centimeter accuracy. A lot of development for the future is about robotics application. We are talking about autonomous mobile robots. That is at a pre-scene level, where the robots can enter a building, come out from a building, go on the road, cross a road, and go to another building. And this is important to help in some of the work that we need, some of the social work in delivery, in terms of services in the city, cleaning the city, using cleaning robots, some civilian robots that's required in the city. So precise GNSS is important for us to be able to deliver these kind of services to the people. And we are looking forward to a lot of development in this area going in the future.
Thank you, Victor. So Dr. Arya, please.
In the Philippines, there's a move to modernize our height systems. So the core stations as well as precise measurements from GNSS is very important, especially our country is technologically active, so you have a lot of deformations. So there are ongoing studies wherein you have to monitor calculate the rates of deformation and velocities of the movement of the land masses in order to move to a dynamic or semi-dynamic datum. But in terms of everyday life, so we see the need for location-based services, we see the need for the utilization and promotion of low-cost GNSS receivers in order to expand the utilization of, positioning and navigational applications. In the previous MGA conference last year, we focused on, applications from the mobile, utilizing ODK applications, but we are also planning to develop applications or mobile applications that will, make closer the products from remote sensing from satellite imagery and marry it with the positions that we can possibly include or derive more precisely from, say, measurements on RTK. As well as in the case of, say, drones, so there are enactments or regulations that recognizing the use of drones for tertiary land surveying, where you need to acquire precision of around 10 centimeters. No? So drones are recognized now for doing partial area surveys, doing such kind of mapping at a certain level. And it's quite useful that we need to operationalize more corrections to be accessible for those drone users. Thank you.
Thank you. In Japan, we have just experienced huge earthquakes and tsunami again on New Year's Day. My country located on the ring of fire as well as edge of continental plates. The tragedy remained us that we never forget preparation for big earthquakes in area in Japan. Anytime space can contribute to prevention and mitigation of disaster damage, save lives, and help quick recovery. Thank you.
Thank you. Eija-san.
Yeah, from the Indonesian perspective, I think the targeted issues is nowadays and in the future, I think the SDGs problems still will be our common problems in the region. So with that particular targets, I think we can push and promote the space technology for the Earth observation, navigations, and communications missions as well, to be able to fulfill the needs to answer the challenge and an integrated system, not only the space but also the ground segment is also important. So the space technology for navigations, but also to be in line with the, for example, for the receiver technology development, for example, and with consideration how to make it very user-friendly for the people. And I think in the future, from Indonesia perspective, is how to build the smart things like smart cities, smart transportations, smart farmings, and so forth. So this is rely on the technology, the GNSS as well, observations, and many things, the IoT and so forth. So this is, I think, the challenge for the future and open the opportunity for the collaborations in the regions, between the providers and the users as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, user segment and so the ground station and so on. So that you are operating so that each country is a cause network. So yeah, if we could share that data real time, so it could be a sort of great for many kind of applications. So that's my thought, hearing from your idea and my co-chair.
I definitely agree with Victor and Ernest for the urbanization and smart things. I think like Bangkok is one of the very good example, like and also Chiang Mai, the very big city of Thailand can implement that kind of things. But a part of that, I would like to insist that we have the rural area in Thailand, the area very far away in the forest, in the sea, that we haven't explored this kind of technology. I can see that GNSS can be coupled with remote sensing, communication, IoT, for example. I think like in the very near future, we are now in the 5G telecommunication, and in the near future will be 6G, which connect you everywhere, anytime. And I think like location-based service of GNSS can be part of that. And with the forest area, rural area that we have to, for example, if we speaking about forest fire, we need not only the location of the fire, of the ranger who keys the fire, but we need the many connected technology to tackle that kind of things. And also we, that on the land, on the sea, for example, if we talking about tourism, the tourists on the boat, the ship, vessel on the sea, we need their location. And also in case of any emergency, we have to support them, SOS things. I think like the GNSS will play a very important role, not only in the urbanization area, but also very far away, and in coupled with all the technologies, with the location-based service is the key. I think like there are going to be challenges for these two areas that we have to manage.
Thank you very much. So already time. So just my final question for the Philippines and Indonesia. So what's your perspective and expectation on future MGA activity? So please, short word.
Future MGA activity, right?
Yes.
I think future MGA activity should also work on the supporting collaborative research and promotion of GNSS. As mentioned in the, say, opening remarks, GNSS is not well really appreciated or understood or seen in terms of applications. In the past, we are collaborating with various universities in Japan or Japanese universities looking at the utilization of UGSS as well as those low-cost receivers for various applications, including, say, occlusions, including corrections, and so on. And I got, for example, some information from NAMRIA that they are starting to collaborate on Madoka with the government of Japan or the cabinet of Japan. So those kind of information or activities needs to be expanded in the Philippines and throughout the region in order to have more applications, not only at the research level, but also in a more operational level. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, from our perspective, is the MGA future role is not only as the a regular or annual forum for knowledge sharing, but also should come up with the concrete collaborative activities to enhance the capacity among the ASEAN countries in the regions, because we know that the capacity is not maybe could be different from sub-region to other sub-regions in Asia. So this is kind of a big challenge. This forum, the conference is quite good for the sharing information, the status, the development of the technology and applications, but we should try to put also attention to fill the gap in the capacity in how to not only to utilize the data or the application of the multi-GNSS system, but also how to fulfill the gaps in the capacity by capacity building or collaborative development and so forth, and come up with the common issues in Asia. This is as the space agencies of Indonesia, I think this is also part of our important program in the future. So try to engage with the advanced countries, but also to share the knowledge and the capacity to the maybe less advanced countries in the space activities or programs, particularly related to the navigation satellite technology applications. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Thank you. And finally, so this is the time for ending my special session. Thank you very much for joining. So yeah, we are encouraging international collaboration among this area. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Satoshi Kogude, the MGA co-chair of the co-chair, our moderator, as well as Dr. Damrongrit Niamuat, Dr. Zurina Mokhtar, Dr. Erna C. Adining Singh, Mr. Asushi Watanabe, and Mr. Ariel C. Blanco, as well as Dr. Victor Koo, for sharing us a very special session, Asia Dynamic in Space. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to thank our global sponsor, JAXA Japan. Similarly, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratefulness and thank you to our platinum sponsor, Sony Group Corporation. And lastly, our local diamond sponsor, Novotel, for their support and cooperation in order to make this conference possible and successful.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I would like to invite Mr. Manabu Kimura, the representative of Sony Group Corporation, our platinum sponsor, to the stage. Please welcome.
Okay, while we're setting up, let me give you more information on our conference, which has different core values. The number one being core cooperation, the two being Space Service Innovation Laboratory, the three being QZSS Office Japan.
We also have Novotel and NewMap.
So now may I request you to please move forward with your speech, sir.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Manabu Kimura from Sony Group Corporation. It's my very pleasure and honor to be given this kind of opportunity. Today, I'd like to introduce our initiative, Sony's Earth Memory Platform, and the specific activities in Thailand. Especially those related to disasters. Please move forward. Thank you. Okay, as you may already know, the world is facing the variety of the disasters due to climate change. And as you can see, that there are many kind of the natural disaster problems right now. And please see the left side, not the picture. Maybe everyone remember as very fresh in mind. And the Bangkok flood was really terrible disaster. And it affects the world. And the second one is the landslide disaster occurred in Japan. This was a really man-made disaster, but it was a lot of rain caused it. And third one is the extreme weather. As you can see, there's not only the lot of rain, but also these kind of the heat waves and the drought kind of the damage will be there. And as you can see, the forest fire thing is a really serious problem. We know that in northern Thailand, causing not only the environmental damage and also the health damage to the residents. This is a really serious forest fire thing. And to solving the root cause of the climate change and mitigating the current situation will take a very, very long time. And we will have to endure the disasters for a while. We need to adapt this situation and try to reduce the disaster damage. And if it's possible, we should predict the disaster and avoid the damage at first. So to achieve such a thing, we are now trying to create the Sony's Earth Memory platform to proceed. This platform can sensing and everywhere and everything all over the world by utilizing the space-related technologies. In fact, here in Thailand, with the strong support of the Jisuda-san, our best friend in Thailand, and the Cabinet Office in Japan, we are pursuing various initiatives. I'll introduce at the end of this presentation for the actual things. And as you can see, there are three key technologies of the Sony's Earth Memory platform. First one is the advanced sensing technology and also the Edge AI technology to identify the change, what is occurring now. And the second technology is the ultra-wide area network sensing technology to convey the gather sensing data to the cloud. And the last one is the predictive analytics technology and also the simulation technology to comprehend what will occur from now on all over the world. Today, I will introduce two specific technologies from them. This is our ultra-low power consumption, GNSS receiver LSI. This is maybe you already know the presence, but the little brother of the presence, which you used in the hackathon event of this MGA RPD challenge, with a low power consumption of the maybe at the less than the 6 milliwatts in active mode. And even though that means that even though the in battery drive, it can operate a really long time, even though out of the power outage. And it is also two wavelengths, L1 and L4. Unfortunately, at this moment, L4 is not supported, but we are now trying establishing high precision positioning technology. And of course, we can also receive the EWS message from the Michibiki, so we can detect the danger wherever we are. And another one is the I want to introduce. This is the air-trace technology. This is the technology that you can maybe hackathon events in this timing, and with only the just only the 20 milliwatt of the transmission power, it can achieve the more than 1,000 kilometers long transmission. It's really amazing. And this slide shows the just only the 322 kilometers here, but that's just because the Earth is a round shape. That is the reason why we couldn't get further. And in fact, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we already achieved a 1,000 kilometers long transmission between the surface of the Earth and the space, low Earth orbit. And using this technology, we can see what's happening, what is happening around the world. And I expected this slide show, this image might be one of the actual implementation, as Dr. Damalongit mentioned in the previous session. This is the, we thought that the disaster-resistant platform we are trying to realize. We will cooperate with Mitsubishi in Japan, and we would like to utilize the high precision positioning and also the EWS. And these are the key points, not this platform. The first thing, the important thing is that to avoid the disasters without any damage, and EWS can help. And but if we cannot avoid such a damage or disaster, we can use the Sony's Earth memory platform to know the situation of the disaster and correct the rescue signal. Then we tell the rescue unit and rescue them. It also helps the rescue unit to avoid the secondary disaster. This is really important thing. And climate change is pressing the human problem. Sony wants to realize this platform as soon as possible with Jista-san and Cabinet Office. This might be additional information for the space-related activities in Sony. Sony needs developing several space-related technologies now. By applying the technologies it has cultivated for consumer electronics like TV or smartphone and so on. And as you probably know, Sony has large factories in Thailand that produces actually TVs and the smartphone and such a very complex consumer electronics products. And we think the Thailand's technology is really, really high. And also, here's some surprise news for you, for people in this world. The other day, Japanese SLIM spacecraft successfully landed on the moon. And Lunar Excursion Vehicle 2, REV-2 vehicle, took the pictures of it and sent it to us. And honestly speaking, the control system of the REV-2 is actually Presence. And Presence is the you were using in the RPD challenge. And one more thing, let me introduce Mr. Miyauchi, who is the Vice President of the Sony Group Corporation. Miyauchi-san, please. He is the, thank you. He's the founder of the Presence development and the editors development in Sony. So that means without him, we cannot achieve these kind of the activity. Yeah, really thank you, Miyauchi-san. Yeah. And so maybe the Sony's Earth memory platform is already being developing with the Thailand people, I think. Yeah. And finally, let me introduce the specific activities in Thailand. Forest fires which occur more than 1,000 times a year. 2,000 or 3,000 times a year in just only one national park in northern Thailand, destroying the terrestrial ecosystem and causing serious health problems for the residents due to the smoke generated. And Mimamori is realizing the early detection of the forest fires in a large forest park and evacuation guidance for the residents and the tourists. In addition, firefighters support and ranger safety. And another one is ocean rescue in the southern Thailand. The beaches in Thailand are super beautiful and enjoying places. I love it. And but it is also true that painful accidents occur due to the combination of the man-made and the natural disasters. The lower right side it's a little bit hard to see, but this shows the storm we encountered on the way back from visiting the Pipire Island the other day. And yeah, actually I felt that it was really lucky to get home safely. But this happens all the time. Yeah, and we will develop our platform to stay away from such dangers in the first place, and to be able to call for the rescue quickly when anyone become dangerous. And finally, we need the Thailand's people power to realize the Sony's Earth memory platform. We would like to work with Jista-san and Cabinet Office and the Thailand people to create a field where you can show your strengths. Let's create a safe and security and sustainability and to know the future together. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manabu Kimura, the representative of our platinum sponsor for this conference, Sony Group Cooperation. Thank you so much for your presence and your insight in this conference.
Thank you.
Next up, please join me in welcoming our local diamond sponsor, Mr. Rod McLeod, the representative from Novotel. Please welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Rod McLeod. I'm actually been in the GNSS industry for too long now. It's my 37th year. So I'm going to talk a little bit more precisely about the GNSS and particularly what we call assured GNSS. This has become quite important around the world and particularly in applications which are very important for the user. So our company, which I'm a part, Hexagon, has expertise in GPS manufacturing, as well as antenna design and correction services. We also have an integration house that integrates into autonomous solutions, which is very important for many different large programs around the world. We also manufacture out of Canada, so we have supply around the world globally. And our local representative here in Thailand is Repco, who are out in the stand here. They have been with us for many years and were established in 2005. They have a very high degree of understanding of GPS and applications. So I'm going to talk about assured PNT. One of the major issues now faced around the world is the opportunity to interfere and spoof GNSS, not just GPS, but all the different constellations around the world. It can be as simple as a small jammer, the size of a cigarette packet that can jam for maybe 10 kilometers, up to very sophisticated jamming systems. They can be accidental or can be on purpose. So there's two parts to trying to damage GNSS positioning. One is jamming and one is spoofing. So here you see the difference in the example. For a jammer basically overwhelms the GPS signal, which is very weak, in the same frequencies that the GPS is transmitted. On the right-hand side, you'll see that in this case, the GPS is still being used, or sorry, the GNSS is used, but signals are introduced into the receiver that will spoof and make the receiver think it's in a different position. Now this is typically what's seen in the military, but it's happening much more in civil as well. And so you have to look at trying to mitigate these two major problems. So you look at it from a layered point of view, right, to defend against these, right? So you can do it through the different parts of the GNSS receiver itself, and you can also use external devices and systems to help monitor and confirm whether the signal is correct or not. So in our case, we would use, in many military programs, we would use an anti-jam, which is a multi-antenna solution, which would basically, if you like, reject the jamming directions. But we also have developed in our receivers an anti-jam capability inside the receiver itself, right? So other ways to try and mitigate these issues is to have multi-frequency, multi-constellation, like we here are talking about today in multi-GNSS. Provide some kind of situational awareness and filtering to try and reduce the signal degradation. And in many, or let's say in the US particularly, but also other countries are talking about it, is to encrypt a certain signal to basically make it very difficult for these things to happen. But for a more general type of area, open source or open service, which is what most people here would be using, we would try and find some spoofing detection inside the firmware of the receiver, and you'd measure the RF and see if there's any changes in signal strength. Additionally, you can layer the defence outside of it by adding other sensors, INS, radar, particularly in autonomous systems. This is really important because you don't have the capability of understanding what's going on in the system because you're not there. And another major area is to use correction services. So you can use correction services like RTK or DGPS locally, like you would in, say, Thailand or in any surveying applications which you see around. But it's only local, so it makes it very difficult to try and do something in a more general sense for your usage. The next level would be a regional type of correction service, like an SBAS system, similar to what happens in the US or Europe or now in Australia. But probably the most important one is to get a global type of correction service called a PPP. And that would be something like what we call our RTK from the sky. So if you're going to protect the first level, which is basically a hardware level, you're going to use anti-jam antennas, which can be in different flavours, but effectively it's a number of antennas put together, right, and then cleaning the signal and bringing it down to the receiver, right? It will also give you situational awareness and how powerful that jamming signal may be. The other way of doing it is on the receiver itself, and we've developed a small swap type solution where the receiver and two antennas can detect at least one direction of jamming in the receiver itself. Some examples, this is mostly military, but you'll see the bottom for the rest of the world is actually much more important in the marine and critical infrastructure area. So in Canada, the US and the UK, these are deployed. The anti-jam antennas are deployed on multiple systems for land, sea and air. You will also note that basically for the rest of the world, the marine critical infrastructure happens in places like off the Mediterranean coast, where, as you know, there are conflicts going on, but the regional conflicts roll over and the signals get jammed even if you're well outside the area, as well as drone operations. So we make a receiver which basically is not only just GPS but multi-constellation, so you can use it in GPS, Galileo, GLONASS as they do, as well as the regional systems of QZNSS and RNSS. So the more the merrier, the more signals you have, the better your chances are that you will be able to operate correctly. and we make these in all different flavours. They are both land, sea and air, and they're also used in space as well for LEO. LEOs are also a potential problem, possibly could be jammed. The next is to use the firmware of the receiver and to, if you like, tweak it to make it allow you to meet some of these problems in the receiver itself. So for jamming particularly. This is an example of a drone where we demonstrate that if you are jammed in and out, the drone will lose its capability of operation, and the autopilot will not know where it is and will either have to go back to base or not be able to be used. We have developed a specialised firmware that allows you to operate in those types of environments in a much more robust way. And this is just commercial off the shelf, nothing military. The next way to do it is to add INS, will be an example. Inertial navigation has been around for much longer than GNSS, but the two together make a very, very good combination to be able to move through like an environment like the downtown Bangkok, Tokyo, other places with high rises where GPS may be blocked. Situational awareness. So once if you want to know what's happening, so the best thing is to have some kind of information from the receivers or the anti-jam antennas to give you an indication of direction of power, as well as what frequencies are being jammed, and time tagging that and making some analysis. The other way is to add correction services to the receiver to be able to detect a spoofing signal, for example, where it's trying to give you the wrong position, but if you use your correction service, it will be ignored. So we have a solution that basically is a global solution developed over a period of the last 20 years, now to a point where we use all the GNSS signals, including QZSS is actually included this as well. And we can use, with all these signals together, we can get a very quick resolution for the position and detect any of the signals being fiddled with because we're tracking all the signals. So, to finish, we will demonstrate this particular positioning solution, this RTK from the sky, with our colleagues here at REPCO, and that will be demonstrated tomorrow afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Our local diamond sponsor from the representative of Novotel, Mr. Rod McLeod.
And that brings our morning session to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my gratitude to all esteemed guests of honor for your active participation and contribution for the opening ceremony and the special sessions so far.
So now as we approach midday, I believe most of you, and including me, are very hungry. So we have very delightful lunch prepared for you outside. I hope you enjoy it. And also I hope you enjoy the fellowship we're looking forward to.
And our conference session will resume promptly after the lunch break. But for now, I encourage everyone to take this opportunity to enjoy a delicious meal, recharge, and perhaps engage in some informal networking with your fellow attendees.
So the lunch break will last for 1 hour, providing ample time for you to savor your meals and relax before we reconvene for more enriching discussions in the afternoon. So see you again at 1 p.m. sharp.
Once again, thank you for your active participation, and I hope you enjoy your lunch break. And that takes us to the end of our morning session. My name is Thiranut Kamkunmurang.
And I am Rubishka Shrestha. Thank you so much for being so attentive and very kind towards our distinguished panelists and for us as well. I hope to see you in the afternoon and tomorrow's session as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great lunch ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.